When future generations look back on 2025, they are not going to remember Donald Trump. They're not going to remember Vladimir Putin. They're not going to remember the Ukraine war. What they will remember is the transformation of the introduction of artificial intelligence that will touch absolutely everything we do in terms of our leisure and our occupational activities. The rise of artificial intelligence is the challenge of our times. In the past, when we've had big changes in technology, it's affected just about everything that anybody does in their work life. So if you cast your mind back, well, you can't because you weren't there. But if you think about the Industrial Revolution of 1716 and the rise of the Luddites, the technology of the time enabled the unskilled to do the work of the skilled, which led to Ned Ludd, the apocryphal leader of the Luddites, who went around England smashing the machines because they were depriving them of their livelihood. Biggest concern at the moment is that AI is capable of doing everything that a human currently do, and it is already affecting the labor market. To what degree, though, should we worry? Last year, we spent more in inflation-adjusted terms in 1 year on artificial intelligence investment in the entire Manhattan Project behind the Atomic Mall. At the moment, there's $10 investment in artificial intelligence for every $1 in revenue. And so there's a degree of fragility building in the world if the promise of AI comes up short. So if you run a business and you think about the staff you have and you're a client-facing business, the promise of AI is the following. Your staff will be on the phone with their clients, and after that call is over, they're going to have to document everything they said about that client in order to ensure they get the best service possible. With the rise of large language models, the large language model will be listening to the call, will be writing up all the salient points, so as soon as your staff are off the phone with that client, they don't have to do the paperwork anymore. They can get on the phone with the next client. Currently, when you look at what corporations are telling us, they don't actually expect AI to give us much more revenue. It's not going to be a big productivity boost that boosts GDP. What they're telling us is they're going to save a lot of money on their staff. And so when you think about the occupations that can be displaced, the lawyers, the coders, and others, it's going to affect a good portion of the labor market. And the one lesson from the Industrial Revolution was that if you had a high-skilled occupation, you were no longer able to get the premium for that skill. What's going to happen is that the extended period of where GDP is growth, it's going to the owners of capital rather than labor, that's going to get supercharged going forward. So AI is not going to be an answer to productivity. It's not going to be the answer to inequality. It's actually going to sharpen those forces. And so the social and economic tension we see today is more than likely to be enhanced. English historian Peter Laslett wrote a book called The World We Have Lost, a history book, where he argues that the generation immediately after the Industrial Revolution in 1760 had more in common with us today than they did their mothers and fathers. So profound was that change. And I'm rather fanciful that this will be the same today. Future generations will have more in common with people born after 2025 than they did for people who were born before 2025.